So we can bang our heads against the wall all day about whether these are good things or not, but it's their intentions. What are they saying? It's like basically the sisterhood of the traveling pants, though.
Yeah.
But that's all kind of a reaction too, though, right? Yeah.
Right.
Or is that happy medium, right? That's 3.5 minutes of your life. Reacting.
You didn't
I've invested
you had to get the last word.
minutes of
Your most precious resources.
Even if like they might not
That
want to appreciate it in the moment, they might learn to appreciate it because they can see the time and effort I put into it. And you don't have to like it or get it as, you know what I mean? That comes into question of why you do it. Now you've put yourself at fault. The reasons aren't external. The only thing that you can focus on is their actual actions.
You do things for you and not necessarily for others. It is what it is. This could go here, this could go here, this could go here. To me, I'm just kind of like, people a day, is it worth like your mental health, all the other factors? Does it affect other people or not? Which I mean, yeah, they're gonna give you some nice compensation, but then at the end of the day, is it worth like your mental health, all the other factors?
Taken away from my real investment.
Yeah.
Right. Like I would rather instead of investing capital into my life, I'd rather invest time into the things that I want to do. So later on, possibly they can make me capital. You know what I mean? Like you can invest different things. I don't need all the money in the world right now.
Right. That comes as a side, not a side effect, but it's a side cause of.
It's a side reward.
Yeah. So there's a word for it. I can't think of it right now.
I know I can't think of it either, but I know what you're saying.
It comes a la carte, basically.
Right.
Not a la carte either, but
it comes after the fact.
Yeah.
You know, you got to just do
it happens
you and
because
do
you're
things.
doing that.
And you might not even be money. You might set yourself
extra.
up to where society cares about you so much they take care of your needs and your things. You know what I mean? Look at like, firefighters, like things like that, where they don't make all the money in the world, but they get free food here, take care of it. Like, society can also appreciate you if you just set yourself for what you want to be and what you want to do.
You put it out there, it comes back, right?
That's right. There's different rewards than money, you know?
There are.
A lot better rewards.
Money is one of the like a lot of, in people's opinions, one of the better rewards, but there are equivalencies.
It's just the most common. I think that's why so many people like it, is because it's so common.
Well, because
it's
probably the most applicable.
Ah, yes, our meager restitution. Ah, the sweet smell of payday.
Most applicable.
Yeah. That
Like
too,
even thinking about giving people gifts. Like a lot of the times, like I can either give someone like an actual thing that I think that they could use, and then I'll give it to them. If it's something that they won't use, they can return it. They can get the money for it. They can use that money however they want. Or I could have just given them the money in the first place.
But that's the point right there. People will appreciate if you picked out something specifically for them instead of just giving them the money, because that means that
I think it depends on
more
the person.
valuable. That depends on the person.
Definitely depends on the person.
That's
because
true.
especially if I think about like I kind of use that philosophy with, I'm probably just going to give like money as gifts a lot of the time, unless it is someone that I know that they will appreciate the gift that I give them.
See, I might be a little bit more selfish with that, because I like a gift you're giving for a reason kind of thing. And like what I've switched to recently is I'm going to be trying to like make as many as my gifts I can for people, even if like they might not
want
to appreciate it in the moment. They might learn to appreciate it because they can see the time and effort I put into it.
And that's something that you actually have put the time and effort into.
Right.
Like, I guess what I'm trying to say as an example, which I guess I could use this as an example, but if I find something on the side of the road that I have one of my friends in mind for, and then I put the effort, I fix it up and I do everything to it, and then I give it to them and they appreciate it when they're in my company. And then when I go to their place, like 2 or 3 months later, and then it's like on its own, not being used and basically discarded. And then asking them, and they're just like, oh, I just really don't have this. I don't have the space and I don't have the need for it. That's why it's just kind of sitting there. So then you kind of give them some examples like, oh, I never really thought about that. It's like, these are examples that I just thought of in like 5 seconds of like just applying. This could go here, this could go here, this could go here.
So, I mean, and I feel like that's, in my opinion, once you give them the gift, then it's on them. You know what I mean? Whatever
That's
they
true.
want to do with said gift,
That's
that's
true.
on them. You had a reason and intention. Right. Like
That's true.
As long as you, like you did, as long as you did actually put in your time and had thought and reason why you gave what you gave, then it will be.
And that's all it should be. Like,
right. It's a gift.
Like you said, once it leaves my hands, like, I'm not the type of person that's going to give me that back.
Can I fight the guy with the axe instead?
There are no take-backsies in my kingdom.
Right.
A gift is no strings attached, right?
Yeah.
And especially like, I just having things taken back, like even if it is something that it's like, I'm not going to use this, like, you can take this back because you can probably find a better use for it. Of course, the context is going to be what matters more, but even just, I was going to say in general, it's not a good feeling. Like, you don't want to have to necessarily put your energy back into something that you've already invested it into, that you've already given it to someone to invest their energy into now.
Right. You've checked it off. It's not, I'm done with it. It's yours. Like you've cleared it out of your mind, you know?
Like, it's the metaphorical, like, gift that no one wants, that you just keep re-gifting amongst your circle of friends. Yeah, sure. Even though, me personally, I think I'd like fruitcake.
I kind of do too, but it's like an old trope from movies.
Yeah,
is that nobody wants fruitcake.
It is.
Yeah.
So, like, trying to think of like what an item would be these days that like people would try to re-gift to as many people. Like everyone gets this gift, but like you would use an air fryer. So I guess I'm trying to.
Would you use 2 air fryers though?
Down
digital frames,
and
digital like picture frames maybe, or like that's where you can just, you know, oh yeah.
What you're saying is like basically the sisterhood of the traveling pants, though.
Yeah.
Along the lines, yeah. But it's also like we're giving it a whole bunch of different context, because we have examples where you've put the effort, and in some examples you just bought a gift. But then it goes back to, you thought that it was a good gift, or you're just giving them a gift to give them a gift, and they're calling you out knowing that you're just giving them a gift to give them a gift. And that's why they're going to re-gift it, because it has no relevance and no interest to them.
But that's not your problem. After you give it to them, you should cut off from it, right? Otherwise, you're relying on an external.
And then
if you're relying on how they take that.
If you're the type of person that's who you are, you do things for you and not necessarily for others. It is what it is. Or you recognize that you're doing things for yourself and not doing them for others, and you try to change.
Right, because buying can be just as thoughtful. Like buying can be just as thoughtful as making something. If you buy something for someone that they would not buy for themselves, which are some of my favorite gifts, there's the things that I literally just don't see myself spending money on, but I really, really want. But I'm just like,
clothes.
Treat yourself.
Fragrances.
Treat yourself.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
Mimosas.
Treat yourself.
Fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
it's that inner dialogue, you know what I mean, where you don't buy it for yourself. And it's like, those can be huge, but that's knowing somebody really well. But just giving them a gift card, you know what I mean, like, you know, here, that's just, it's a little bit more detached than that, where it's just like, okay,
you buy them a thing that you understand, hey, I thought this, you know, we hung out, I think this is something that fits you, I think you'd like this, you know. It's you showing maybe even a side of their character that they didn't even know existed, but it's a vibe you got from them.
Well, that's the whole idea of giving that gift, is sharing that mutual interest. Is that I'm investing into this object that I'm giving to you out of our mutual interest in it.
Yes.
And even out of mutual interest, it's a mutual understanding where it's like, I understand how important this is to you, because you don't have to like it or get it as, you know what I mean? But you know how much it means to them or how much it like they'll appreciate
And
it.
I think it's because over the years, the phrase gift has been misconstrued a lot. And especially when you have situations where, like, using a couple as an example, where like one just showers the other with things all the time, that to the outsider, it would appear that they are gifts. To the insider, that's just a normal Tuesday.
Right.
That comes
And
down
then-
to love language too, though.
But then the frequency also takes away the power that the gift gives. Like
And everything needs to be done in moderation.
even if I was a millionaire dating someone and I were to just give them a Ferrari on a day, and then every other day I give them everything else that they want, like, yeah, they're going to be happy because I gave them this super expensive gift. But then if I just end at that Ferrari, they're going to get upset because I'm not continuing to give them things that they're growing used to seeing on a normal
Reliant
basis.
almost, right?
Right.
At
Just
some
throwing off their pattern.
at some times.
They expect
and
it.
that's where
Yeah.
and that's where, like, I've been seeing a lot of these videos. I don't know. I want to believe that they are true. That's why they're videos, but then they might not be, and that's why they're videos. But you know, like how you see like the rich person and like the person that's like taking advantage of that rich person or something along those lines, where they're like blindfolded. They have like the cards that they're like flipping one as another, that like they do it slowly so you can read every one of them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the
Like,
so and so was cheating on so and so.
Yeah. Like this person used to be my fiance. I really loved her. I gave her this. I gave her this. I even did this. And I also did this. And then I find out she cheated on me with this, and also with this, and also with this. So now I'm taking this back. I'm also taking this back. And I'm taking this back. And I'm going to burn it all in front of her.
But that's all kind of a reaction too, though, right?
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
That's now
But
you
yeah.
taking, that's putting you at, like, that's demoralizing your character now by making
Yeah.
those actions. You're bringing yourself down to her level.
I laugh every time I see them.
It's like,
Because
Yeah, it's like-
again, I don't know how true it is, and I just laugh because I'm just like, man, you really, like, even if they are true, it's like you just allowed this to continue when you have such a big problem with it. Like, what's going on here? At the end of the day, I think they're just making a video, but who knows?
Right.
but even that's vindictive.
It's the internet. It's all true. It is
Even if-
vindictive. It's
even
really
if-
vindictive.
It's like you now are putting, like, they may have done something screwed up, and that's on them, but now you've dragged yourself into it. Now you've put yourself at fault. Now you've, like,
reacted.
You didn't
played
have
the
to do
victim
that.
set.
I've
You
invested
had to get
3.5
the word.
minutes of my hard-earned time into watching this video that I could have invested that 3.5 minutes doing
It's not
something
even-
else.
It's not even harder in time. It's you have now spent 3.5 minutes that you will never recoup. That's
That
3.5
too.
minutes of your life
yep.
into that video. And you
Yeah,
know, it's the same thing
it's
for
like
him.
it's like the people
It's-
that invest all that time into reading that book, and then at the end of the book, they're just like, "What did I invest?" I'm
Those
just gonna go
videos,
kill
you
this
can
guy.
look at it as this too. This guy, this chick is taking so much of his time, right? Or this partner is taking so much of their time, and
Yeah.
yet you
So
still
the cards
donate.
say,
You still donate more of your time by getting back at them. So technically, you're still donating to them. You're
Yep.
giving away something.
Mm-hmm.
Your most precious resource is time, and you're going to just give it away, squander it.
See, like at first, those videos started out where it was like good things that happened. Like they flipped the cards down, like this like struggle that they went through, and then it's like, and then this happened, and then this, and awesome, and they have no idea that the such and such that they thought that they would never see again is actually right behind them.
Right?
Or like in one case where they it was like this guy that like immigrated to America, and like his first big purchase after gaining his citizenship was a car. And because of COVID, he couldn't stay on his payments, so he lost the car. And someone heard the story, and they felt so bad, so then they went out, found this car, and gave it back to the family, and made the whole car deal. They were like, I heard about this, and I just really wanted to help, and he's gonna look behind it, and then there's gonna be that car. And like the whole family is in on it, so like the dad is the only one that like doesn't know. And I'm just like, how does the whole family and the dad, like, it just, the whole dynamic to me, I'm just kind of like, people are people.
It's the internet.
It is the internet, exactly.
That comes into question of why you do it, you know what I mean? And it's like, I've had this debate before, is like, if you do something good just so other people know you did something good, is that still a good thing? And it's gray area. I want to say no, but at the same time, it's like, if other people watch that and you make them want to do good things because they saw you do a good thing, I don't know.
But then that goes back to, they wanted you to see them do that good thing.
Right.
It's all about intention.
But they did that instead of doing a bad thing, is to get attention through doing a bad thing. You know what I mean? They did a good thing to get attention, but they're still doing it for the attention.
They're still doing it for the attention at the end of the day.
You know?
And I guess that's where it comes
Attention
down
isn't
to
bad,
what other
intention.
factors are involved. That does it affect other people or not? Does someone, does a hacker silently taking millions away from a medical company without that medical company knowing? Like, are they true? And the medical company does some terribly unethical things. So is that hacker truly in the wrong? The hacker uses the hacker takes the money and gives it to orphanages in the local area. Modern day Robin Hood, if you will.
What about like a business who made its money off of like cheap labor in other countries and poor work conditions, but then they donate some of the money to good causes, like a fraction of the money? You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of blood money that you're putting towards good things, but it's like, I don't know.
There's that happy medium, right?
Yeah, like,
you want to
these are
believe
some of
there's
those
a happy
controls we
medium.
can't control.
yeah.
You know? So we can bang our heads against the wall all day about whether these are good things or not, but it's their intentions. What are they doing it for? Are they doing it for the right reasons, or are they just doing it to make as much money as possible? Or are they, I don't know, what are they doing for their workers to make it less?
Right. The reasons are an external. The reasons are an external. The only thing that you can focus on is their actual actions. So you can boycott them if they're a bad company, I guess. Like, if you just don't agree with them, then you can boycott them. You know, and if you like that,
we've seen a lot of people that are just organized, like, boycott this company, boycott this company, boycott this company. This company does this. This company hates gays. This company does that. Like, you name it.
Right. Then the only need for that is you need just diversity in the market, like no non-monopolies, because it's like, as long as there's somebody else that's selling the same thing you are, and we have a choice,
it'll keep you honest.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is there is some places where they don't have that. You know what I mean? There's not. It's not a monopoly, but it is a monopoly.
Right.
You must be the Monopoly guy. Hey, thanks for the free parking.
You want to think it's not a monopoly.
There's just no
On
competition
paper,
who wants
it's
to come
not
in.
a monopoly.
Right.